Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to go over bin number 1 and do an update and see how it's doing. It's been 10 days since the last update. I can't remember if I fed it or not, but I think that there was a little bit of food left over, and it probably might need some food this time, might not. And we're also going to check with the moisture content and probably add a little bit of fresh bedding, along with, I've been having some issues with the fruit flies before. Those are gone, but I'm seeing a little tiny black gnats, and I think those might be fungus gnats. So I actually am going to add the BTI to this system, as I've been doing with all my systems, to try to make sure that they do not take hold, because those things are really persistent. So I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I'm not taking any chances. So I'm going to be adding that, but that's why I'm going to add some more cardboard or paper to the bin to kind of absorb some of that extra moisture that will probably be in there, and to try to dry it out a little bit. If it gets really wet, I will probably end up leaving the top off, but it'll just depend on how it looks. So let's go and take a look. Alright, so here we are with bin number 1. Last update was 3.9, today's update 3.19, 10 days. And let's open it up and take a look. First off, the top is very dry, so it might be a little bit dry in here. There's no moisture on the lid. I usually like to have a little bit of moisture on the lid. I tend to run my bins on the moist side, but you know, there's just not a lot of moisture in here, it looks like, as far as what's evaporating up. So I'm going to take off this little marker right here. This does have some moisture on it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is a little bit of moisture on this bubble wrap. So that might be because it's low down in here and really able to reflect it up. But this is the last side that we fed on. So let's just dig this up a little bit and see how it looks. And good sign so far. I'm not seeing any bugs fly out or anything. Or at least I didn't see any. I don't know if you did or not. But there are some little tiny worms in here. I think this is due to how dry it is. Let me just see if I can get one of these little guys here. You can see right here, juvenile worm. So not much food in here that I'm seeing. I'm trying to dig a little bit slowly in here. I'm not seeing much in here as far as, yeah, it's definitely dry on the dry side. You know, there's some worms in here. There's a couple of these banana peel stems, but not much in here really as far as food. So they have gone through all the food in here, which is a good sign, because I think this one I didn't feed last time. So, all right, so nothing on that side really. No real worms either. Not a huge quantity of worms. Let's just dig in this center section here a little bit. Take a look. More worms over here. This probably means that they're spreading out looking for food right now. So this means that they do need a feeding. When they start really leaving the area where you had the food last time, that means that there's probably a need of food in the bin. Let's just dig over to here. I see there's a couple of big ones that are really moving their way around in here. The soil in here looks really good though. This compost looks just absolutely terrific. Let's just dig over here in this corner real quick. Again, a couple worms in here, nothing major. I'm not seeing any bugs. I'm not seeing, oh wait, I think I do see a cocoon right here. Yes I do, there is a cocoon right here. You can see that on the tip of my finger. There is a cocoon, so that means they are reproducing in here. They're usually easier to find. I don't know if that's the same one or not, but there's one right there. They're usually easier to find once you get to castings like this, because they break apart very easily and kind of show themselves. When you have the paper and a lot of paper in a bin, it can be a little bit more difficult to see. So I thought I might have to add paper to this bin, but I don't think I will. I think there is enough in here with the worm count and the moisture content being what it is. But I do think what we're going to do is we're going to feed on this side over here. And I am going to add some of that BTI mixture in. But I'm going to dig this out a little bit over this side. And I'm just going to add a little bit of paper, not a lot, just to kind of coat the bottom here to make sure stuff doesn't stick to the bottom. And if it's at the end, if at the end it's still there, that's perfectly fine for me. I'm not too concerned about that. Let me just grab my food. I'm going to put in quite a bit of food here because I haven't fed them really heavily in a while. And I'm going to really try to make sure it's down in here. So we've got some bananas and broccoli. Now I'm going to add some limes. So limes can go in your bins, by the way. Just make sure you put some crushed eggshell on them, which I will do in just a minute. And then some more banana. So that's the feeding for this. There's quite a bit of food in there. probably take them a week or two, probably 2 weeks to break that down. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some crushed eggshell over top of it. I don't like just throwing in food by itself normally. I like to add in a lot of crushed eggshell, really make sure, especially for these the limes. So that's crushed crab and eggshell. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover this back up, and we're gonna add in our BTI mix that has a lot of water in it. So we're gonna use that to really prevent fruit flies from getting in. And we're just gonna bury this just like this. Pretty high on this side, bury it in really well. This is good mixed up material now. It'll shrink back down as it goes, but I think that should be good. Worms will dig down and find it as it thaws out. It was all frozen food to make sure that there's no bugs. Now, for the BTI mix, I have a bucket in my basement, and what I've been doing is grabbing, it's filled with water, it's a 5-gallon bucket. I threw in a tablet in there of BTI, and what I've been doing is I've been spreading this over my bins, just drizzling it on like this. And this should have the bacteria necessary to fight fungus gnats. Now, I've heard other people using this on fruit flies. I sometimes wonder, though, I didn't find it really did much on mine. But that's the way I've been doing this, because once it's been sitting in a container, then you know that it's been active. So this is what I'm using here, these mosquito dunks. Is I threw one of these into a container, and you know, it sits in there and it's giving off the bacteria. They're coming alive, they're living in the water. There's nothing in my basement that's probably going into the water that they can eat, but at the same time it should last for a while. And I just slowly refill the bucket, and then I add that water to my bins. And that's what I've been doing to try to control any issue that might be fungus gnat related. So that's my update for this bin. It's a pretty quick update this week. I think actually one other thing I need to do, I need to put on this let's put this cover back on. I do like the marking my last feeding area like that. So there we go. And now we'll put the lid back on. And that's my update for this week. We'll see how it looks in maybe you know, another 10 days or so, and see if this this food consumption is down to nothing, or if there's still stuff in there that they're eating. So thank you for watching. And if you're looking for any of the products that I use here, check my links down below. I have some Amazon links that you can use to pick up these items, and it does give me a commission as it's an affiliate link. So thank you for watching.